You're listening to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe, and I'm a business coach for online health coaches who want to attract their ideal clients, stop feeling defeated by their never-ending to-do list, balance a healthy lifestyle with their growing business, and stop overanalyzing what everybody thinks of them so that they can confidently own their message and online presence. On this podcast, we dive deep into health information you can share with your clients, business strategy tips, and more. Let's get to it. Hey there, I'm so excited about today's episode, but before we get into it, I want to let you know this April I am offering a free masterclass on Zoom teaching you my 4-step framework on how to book clients, and it's also a great framework to run your decisions through at this time. So if you're wondering, where do I spend my time in my business right now? Where do I cut back in my business right now? This framework's going to provide awesome perspective for you and give you some clarity about where you should be focusing in your business. So I can't wait to share it with you this April. And if you want to attend the free masterclass, I don't normally do this on Zoom. Normally I do Facebook Lives or challenges, but this one's going to be special. It's going to be intimate. And if you want to join us, you can simply email info@Hailey, Hailey, Rowe, ROWE.com with the subject line April Masterclass RSVP. April Masterclass RSVP. Okay? I can't wait to see you in April, and thank you so much. Hello, everybody. Today I am here with a very special guest all the way in Texas, Kimberly Olson, the Goal Digger Girl. And Kimberly, I'll let you share a little bit about you, and then we'll jump into some social media engagement hacks.
Awesome. Hi. So excited to be on here. I'm newly obsessed with you, Hailey. So I've been binge listening to her podcast and really excited that she's also shares the love for health and wellness. And then a lot of you are in the health and wellness field, health coaches. I actually, my freshman year of college, I grew up in Michigan. So I grew up on the standard American diet. My freshman year of college, I gained 40 pounds because I wasn't playing sports anymore. I didn't have any knowledge of nutrition. Everything I ate was in a box, a can, or a package, because I grew up in a single family household and microwave was our best friend. So by the time I finished college, I had 12 different health conditions. I was on 5 different medications. So I went into corporate America. I was climbing the ladder, working 70 hours a week, and I started bleeding a lot. And so found out that I had ulcers all inside my body from stress, lack of sleep, an acidic diet. I was still doing the whole, eating processed foods and all that. So the doctor prescribed another medication. And I remember walking out and I was 21 and I was like, another medication? Like, that doesn't seem right to me that I'm this young and I'm a smart person. Like, I could figure this out, right? Like, I have to take this into my own hands. So it took me 6 months. This was in 2001. So you remember dial up, like, come on, it takes forever. So I don't even know how old you were at the time, Hailey, but at that time, took forever, but it took me 6 months of researching nights and weekends. And I figured out the whole health thing. I learned how to eat healthy. I started working out for the first time. I joined the gym and I lost the 40 pounds. My skin cleared up. My hair grew back in super thick. I was just super joyful and happy. I got off all the medications, and I would tell people about it and I would get really excited. And they thought I was a little like, wow, she's really, into this whole organic and all the things. So I decided I was going to go to school for it and dedicate my life to helping other people to feel their best in a way that worked for them, right? Like, meet people where they're at. So I went on to get my master's and then my PhDs in natural health and holistic nutrition. And the really neat thing is I have my undergrad is in business management and marketing. So a lot of times when people go to school, they get out and they have this health coaching certification and they went to the school and then they don't know to do with it. So I lucked out that I was able to start doing nutrition consulting. I created positions, within like health clubs and stuff as wellness directors. I rolled out entire programs with curriculum, like if it's like detox or overcoming, weight issues, and loved it. So I did that I've been a nutritionist for over 20 years and just turned 40 this year. And most recently, the last 3 years now, I'm in direct sales network marketing in the health and wellness space, which is awesome. I'm a coach. I do a lot of group coaching with female entrepreneurs. So a lot of them don't know how to show up on social media. They want to build their businesses on social media because they don't want to do the belly to belly, travel all over the place, and they want duplication in their business. So I found a kind of a niche of teaching people simple systems, online strategies to learn sales, marketing, duplication, and how to blow up their social media following. So I got on social media 2.5 years ago. I'm new. So if you're new and you don't have an Instagram following or, hardly any friends on Facebook, I had 250 friends on Facebook in the fall of 2017, no Instagram. And since then, I've grown my following to over almost 150,000 followers across the board. I have a weekly top-rated podcast. I have 2 best-selling books. I'm a speaker. I'm multiple 6-figure earner in different categories. And I've been able to work from home. My girls are 4 and 5. So it's been nice to be able to be with them as well. So that's what I do. That's kind of me in a nutshell. And that's why I'm just so passionate about all of this stuff. I love it.
Yes, I love hearing that. And we have a lot of overlap with the whole, we didn't get our business knowledge from our certifications and having to learn all the social media things. And right around 2017 or 2016 is when I first started shifting my coaching business too. So lots of cool timing. So, and by the way, your podcast is great. Everybody should definitely check it out. I was just listening to the one about systems and getting organized. And so let's talk a little bit about social media, because you said across the board, you've grown your social media following quite a lot. And I know you do probably a little bit of both organic and paid marketing. But let's talk about, because there's this new thing, obviously, TikTok, and Instagram and Facebook are also primary platforms that my ideal clients, my audience uses. So let's talk a little bit first about not TikTok. Let's talk first about how you actually grew your audiences so quickly. What are some of the things that paid off the most?
Yes. And I think it's good that you're going to the foundational pieces, because we have TikTok right now, and it actually just passed 1 billion users, which is way faster than Instagram. So it will be worth your time to invest in and learn it, and you can still go viral and stuff like that. So we'll talk about that today. But it is important to understand the foundational pieces across any platform. So that way, if you decide to go work on LinkedIn, you're like, I really love like the business builder side and things like that, you can apply these principles. So as far as growing your social media audience, there's a couple really key things. The first thing is to get really clear, and I know you've heard this before, but do the work, is to figure out who your ideal avatar is. Because if you're in health and wellness, who can that benefit? Everybody, right? Like that Gentle Babies book, I mean, that was like my Bible when I was, when they were little. All we did was essential oils. I never, ever took them to the doctor. So essential oils, supplements, it's for everyone's skin. Everybody has skin. Everybody has hair, most everybody. But if you're talking to everyone, you're talking to no one. And so when you're thinking about that post that you're crafting, or when you're going Facebook Live, doing a Facebook Live, and you're thinking about the person on the other side of that camera, I want you to have a picture of a real person in your mind. And I'm actually, I do a group coaching program, and we're in this part right now of the program of their ideal avatar. They are so hung up on it. I didn't realize like how hard it is for people to figure this out. But then the cool thing is, when you do figure it out, everything else is easy. Everything else will just be offering a solution to what's going on with them. So step 1 is to get really clear on your ideal avatar. If you get stuck, think of yourself when you first started using your product or joined your company. What were you trying to do? Were you trying to get out of debt, create time freedom? Were you trying to get your health back, have good, healthy solutions for your family? Yourself then is probably a great starting point for who you're trying to serve. Second thing is, you want to figure out their pain points. So the only way to sell something is if you're offering a solution to someone's problem. And so too many times I see people will cold message and they're like, hey, so-and-so, I've got this really great thing. It helps with blah, blah, blah. and the person's like ghosting them, not responding, maybe even says something not kind. Why is that? Because you just pitched them. You need the permission. You need to find out what is their pain point so you can offer a solution. Hey, Debbie, tell me a bit more about, you commented on my post about having more energy. Tell me a bit more about what's going on with you. What are your specific health struggles right now? What's going on? And Debbie's like, oh yeah, well, I commented because I have to take mom naps every day. I'm exhausted. I feel kind of depressed. No joy. I don't have any energy to play with my kids, and I've gained so much weight. Now we can help Debbie, right? Debbie's going to be open because we can specifically speak to Debbie's problems, not in generalities and just treat Debbie like a number. So first thing you're going to do is figure out your ideal avatar and her pain points. Second thing you want to do is figure out what are those solutions. So your homework is to come up with a list of pain points of the product, maybe the business side if you're in network marketing. If you're a coach, what are the problems that your ideal client is struggling with? And on the other side of your paper, if you do a journal, is list all the solutions. How can you help that person? How can you solve their problems? And then all you're going to do in your messaging is hit on those pain points and then offer the solution. Okay. You're going to offer the solution on the back end. You're not going to be pitching or anything like that on your social media. You're going to offer it on the back end. And then when you can do that and you're consistent every day and you learn engagement and how to nurture in a Facebook group, it literally will just explode from there. But those key things are probably things that you are missing if you're not getting the traction that you want.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just talking to somebody about YouTube marketing, and she was saying you got to be super specific in your titles because you're just so for example, instead of saying insomnia for men over 50 who have gallbladder problems, whatever, it was this very specific thing. So I love what you're saying about that. And I totally agree that you have to get specific about your niche. Many people get afraid because they think, well, nobody's going to pay attention to me, but it's quite the opposite. That's what attracts people to you. And also with those cold messaging, I can tell you, I've personally received quite a few that are like, hey, so I love your profile. Here's my link to this video. I would love for you to check it out. And I'm like, what? Who are you? Versus Debbie, the Debbie case, for example, you want to be like a magnet. You want to actually generate curiosity. You want to attract people to you and pull them in to want to know more. You kind of want to leave some stuff to the imagination. It's like dating. It's like, so I love what you said about that. Now let's shift gears a little bit because I want to make sure once you get your ideal people following you potentially, how do you start to increase the engagement on your posts, the shareable content, stuff like that?
Mm-hmm. So when you think about this process of building up your audience, your whole entire goal in life is to build up your know, like, and trust factor with that person. So what you want to do is you want to think about, instead of promoting your products or a sale that you're having, or even, you could join now and look at all this money people are making. That's not adding value. That's pitching. Okay. So it's very common for people, maybe your uplines had success with it. That's so 2019 is what I say. It just doesn't work anymore. It's been done too much. It's actually doesn't help your algorithm. And Facebook, actually, specifically Facebook, does not want us selling on our personal pages. So that's where engagement comes from and why they're monitoring that more. So what you want to do is you want to go back to the avatar, her issues, what's going on, and you want to focus on offering value with no strings attached most of the time, and then a little bit of call to action, like 1 out of 5 times. So for example, let's say Monday through Friday, you're going to post every day. 4 of the 5 times you want it to just be value driven. So it could be, hey guys, I've got 5 great tips to reduce inflammation just through the foods you're eating. If you want my 5 tips of food, let me know. Just comment below and I'll get those to you. Sometimes I'll put them in a Facebook group to drive them over to the Facebook group, or I'll say, I'll shoot you. I found this great article. I'll shoot it to you in Messenger. And then when they comment, yes, I want those foods, I'll send them a private message in Messenger and say, hey, here's that article. Tell me what interested you about that. Are you working on overhauling your diet, or what's going on with you? Maybe you've never even talked to him before. Hey, I'm so excited that that I'm able to get this to you. It's really helped me a lot. Realize we haven't connected before. Tell me a bit about you and what's going on with your health journey. You will be shocked at how many people just because no one does that. Everyone, like you said, here's the link. You want to order my products? So when you offer value, you build up your know, like, and trust factor. So what that means is when you think about all the health coaches out there, all the people selling essential oils and supplements and hair care products, why you? Why do they want to buy from you? Okay, I have literally, and you've probably had this too, Hailey, I've had people message me on Instagram that I don't know. Hey, I want your stuff, whatever it is. And I'm like, well, what stuff, right? Like I've got so many different things. What is it? Oh, that stuff that makes you really happy. You seem really happy in all your posts. Oh, okay, my products. So why do they just blindly want to order from me? Because they trust me. They like the feel of my content and they trust me. So how do you stand out from the crowd? Is you offer so much value that people are like, geez, if this is just what it's like to be in her world, I can't imagine what it's like to be her customer or on her team or a client. Like, this is amazing. And then if they interact with your content and they're viewing your stories, I see you're really good at, utilizing your stories, Hailey. They're in there, they're looking at the stories, they're spending time with that content. They're on a live, digesting your content, listening to a podcast. They start to get addicted to you in a good way. They're like, oh my gosh, like every time she posts something, it's making me feel better, making me feel inspired. I feel like I learned something. Can't wait to see what Kimberly posts next. And so without you knowing anything, you can get onto social media and you can start building your audience today, as long as you flip trying to promote and sell and pitch and shift to offering value. I'm telling you, it's going to transform your business.
Yeah, I love that. And I totally agree. I've had so many people say, if this is what your free content is, I can't even imagine what your paid content is. And even when I've done surveys for clients, like what drew you in or like what caused you to sign up, but they were like, the free value I was already getting results with. So it was like the next step. So let's talk about, and this is great tips. And I really love the whole just being somebody who stands out and being somebody who gets addicted, like help people get addicted to you by the feelings you bring them. If you're making people happy, they're going to want to keep coming back, of course.
Yes.
So let's shift to TikTok a little bit and tell us about why we need to learn this, because I'll be honest, I signed up for an account like this week. I'm behind the ball on TikTok. And I need to, our audience needs a crash training because we have not talked about it yet on the Health Coach Nation podcast.
Yes, for sure. So the benefits of TikTok is that it's trending faster than Instagram, as I mentioned. There's 1 billion users on TikTok already. So to give you an idea, it's almost as many as Instagram. And what I love about it is that the barrier of entry to get discovered is so low. So the way TikTok works is you don't have to go on there and dance. You don't have to sing. You don't have to be funny. You can just go on there and be yourself. But there's different features to kind of make your video more interesting. So you want to play around with it. But there are things that trend on TikTok. And if you can watch the trends and something resonates with you, like for example, I did one that said, I was born in 1980, so I'm in the 40 or up club. Drop your year below. Let's see how old everyone is, and let's be friends. That one got to like 10,000 views in like a day. I can't get that traction. I mean, some of my videos will get to that on Facebook, but it's not common. I'm closer to lower than that. How amazing is that? That like I just had gotten on TikTok a couple weeks before that. I mean, how does that happen? So you can kind of look at, and I was just talking, there was no music. It was just me sitting here on this couch actually. And I was like, hey guys. So I identified the trends and saw in the way it's set up, it tells you them. So you don't have to go around looking for hashtags. It's on the Discover page. They call it the For You page. And so it's very easy for your video to be put on the For You page. If your video gets put on the For You page, you're basically being discovered where everybody can see your page. And so they can like it, they can comment. And one video alone, I think I got like 300 comments, and that's 300 people who I can connect with, right? And talk with. The other amazing thing, the way this algorithm is, it's totally fine to be more direct. So with Facebook and Instagram, I'm a strong believer in curiosity posts, like you mentioned, Hailey. You want to handle everything in the back end in Messenger. You never want to be like, yeah, my company name is, here's my link. It's always in the back end of Messenger. with TikTok, you can be more direct about building a business on social media, online marketing. So, hey, if you, if you're looking to make some extra money, or you want to know how every day is Sunday at my house and I work from home, put me below. And, if you can add a little like music to it or something to kind of jazz it up. I'm still shocked at how many people comment and say, yes, tell me more. I want to make money online. Tell me more, where you just do not get that on Facebook and Instagram because it's been so saturated. So we're still in that like beginning phases, and everyone thinks that it's for 12-year-olds. It's not. The people who get it, who are 30, 40, 50, even I have some girls on my team that are in their 60s on there. It's awesome. They're the ones that are going to totally crush it because they see it. They see the opportunity first. So wouldn't you want to imagine if you could get on Instagram at the beginning?
Wow.
You know, Hailey, this week doing it. You're at the beginning stages still. So, and you don't have to be on there every day. I mean, I probably go a couple of times a week now, but it's 15-second clips. You can do up to 60, but most people do 15 seconds. You have 15 seconds in your day, right? Like, how hard is that? So I have girls on my team. They're literally meeting people on TikTok, bringing them to Facebook, putting me in 3-way chats, and we're getting them on board, right? Just like that.
That is so cool. I love this. And so when you're new, like me, do you recommend going at it hard, like doing more videos in the beginning to build up? Yeah. Okay.
So I would do once or twice a day. Just like go for a run, just be like, okay, for a week, I'm just going to go crazy, and you'll start to get the hang of it. And it's just like anything else. The more you're in there, you'll learn faster. If you just do one a week and then you get back on, you're like, oh wait, how did you know what I mean? So I would just like get in it and just mess around with it, have fun with it. And that's what's been cool too, is to see people that are on Facebook come over to TikTok and just loosen up a little bit, be a little silly. You can do duets with people. You can do like, there'll be like, Friends, the show Friends. There's the thing with Monica and Rachel, and Rachel's like, and I clean, every toilet 75 times, even before the person's, off the toilet. And then Monica's like, oh, and I like to just wear the tightest shirts ever. Like, they're bickering. Well, people will have that playing and they will do voiceovers. Like, they'll be mouthing it. So you can just have fun with it. Now, if that's not your thing and you're like, that scares me, you know what you do? You go on there for 15 seconds and you share something you love. Hey guys, I want to share this hack with you. If you have a headache, what I do is I take a drop here and here of peppermint oil. It's 100 times stronger than acetaminophen. I put that on, my headache's gone. No, I didn't have to use, Tylenol or anything like that. What a great home remedy. Keep that in mind next time you have a headache. Comment below for your natural home remedy. And then people are like, oh, so she knows about health and wellness, and you can kind of work it in that way.
I love that. And now, is there a way is it kind of like Instagram in that there's a DM feature, or is it more like, yeah, okay.
There is. The only thing they do, because it's pretty unique how they've set up like some of the things. Oh, and I have to tell you about the lives too. That's really cool because you can get money when you go live, for real.
Wow.
So with the DM, the thing that they've done to protect the community, and this is probably why it hasn't been spammed out or anything, is you cannot message someone unless they follow you, which is awesome, right? So with the DM, so what I've done is when people comment, like for example, hey, I've got, where's all the moms that need more energy? Comment below me if you need more energy or whatever. So they say me, I'll message them and just say, hey, so nice to connect. I saw you commented. I'd love to tell you more about what I use to overcome those mom naps, and I've ditched the coffee. If I can get you some info, great. You can message them as long as they're a follower of yours. But the cool thing is when you get to 1,000 followers, which is not hard to do. I think I got to that within like 2 weeks of using it. You just need like one good video to go. You can go live, and the lives are not saved. So it's all about like real time, kind of like Instagram. And the cool thing is when you're going live, people can give you like money basically. So it's loaded into their account. And if you're just offering value, a lot of people just go and they chat. Like, it's like the most random stuff. Oh yeah. Some of the ones that are really taken off, they will literally be on there at 11 o'clock at night with like no makeup. And they're just shooting the breeze about what's going on. And people add questions. So one of the girls I work with, that she's really like, she was one of the first that I was watching how she was doing it. She'll go on there and people will ask her about what it's like to be an online marketer. So they're like, so what does that look like? Because it's for people who don't know. And she's able to share her business with a receptive audience to talk about how she built up, what it's done for her family. And she's like, I just made $25 off my Facebook Live. So if you're consistent with it and you find your groove with it, and that kind of off the cuff, just sort of hanging out with your audience and your people works for you, you might find your space. And this is the thing. And you know this too, Hailey, because podcasts are clearly your jam. You rock Instagram, you do Facebook Lives. You need to find your home. Like, where's your place you feel most comfortable on social media, and spend time there developing that audience. So if you haven't, I would try TikTok out, give it like a good straight 7 to 14 days where you just go all in. You're in there every day, checking things out, watching other people's videos, finding some people to follow, and see if it feels good to you. Because you might be surprised. You might be like, oh my gosh, I like the nature of it. I don't have to be all perfect. Like, here's my Facebook Live outline. It's not like that. It's super casual. It's just more laid back and fun. And it's just a really great way to get leads, for real.
Wow, this is amazing. And when you do these videos, because I'm getting caught up in the weeds, how do you put the music on? Is it they give you music to pick from? Because I feel like there could be a lot of legal stuff if you're using music.
Yes.
And what do you use to edit, all that stuff?
Yeah. So some of the younger folks out there, I watched a gazillion YouTube videos to learn all this, and it was so confusing because, no offense, but if people don't know how to teach on YouTube, they're like, hey, just go there. And it was hard to learn. So once I got it, with that piece of it, what some of them are doing is editing to make them look really awesome and amazing outside and bringing them in. You do not need to do that. Everything you need is within TikTok. It's probably going to be easier for you just to get in there. I do use InShot to speed up or slow down sometimes. I like InShot's feature for that. They have it in there on TikTok, but it's live while you're recording. So to answer your question, the music piece is something you add within TikTok, and you should use their library, because I've noticed certain songs I've searched are not in there because of copyright. So yeah, and they have a full on, there's tons and tons of songs. Also, the cool thing is when you choose your music, it tells you trending. So you can kind of see some of the stuff that's trending based on different categories. If it's trending, just like hashtags, and you do use hashtags in TikTok, it's more likely to be discovered.
Okay. And now with hashtags, do you use hashtags your ideal client would be searching? Is it like Instagram? And do you hide them, or are they there? How does that work?
Yeah, it's really limited on characters. So with your description of what it is, and mine is the Gold Digger Girl, if any of you want to check it out just to kind of see what I'm doing, GOAL. So one of the where you write your description and the hashtags are right there. You could bury them in the comments if you wanted to, but most people aren't, because I think that will affect it with it being considered. Oh, actually, I'm not sure. I haven't played with it, because on Instagram, I hide mine. I put mine in the comments, but I've been using them as part of the title, because it's so short. So if I said, like, I had a little situation about a month ago with some really strong haters on social media. Anyone relate to that? And I'm really big on speaking my voice and letting my light shine when that happens, because I feel like I have to stand up for people who cannot. And so I just did a thing, and it was talking about how our team was having all this success, and despite of, that, and I put "Bye Felicia" on the description, really short. So right away people see it, they know it's something about, like, no, you don't get to be, making me feel bad about my life and what I'm doing. And then I think I'll get in 4 or 5 hashtags. So it's not a lot of characters at all. So what I do is I save my favorite hashtags. The ones that are like blacklisted are hashtag For You page. So that, just like Instagram has the discovery page, it's called the For You page, YOU. So FORYOU page is like a black word, like it looks like you're spamming. And then FYP, hashtag FYP is another one to avoid, because of too many people are using it. And then depending on your age, if you are over, I would say if you're 30 or higher, around there, use your age in your hashtags, because people really like that. They're responding to people who aren't 12 that are using it. That seems to be really like a trending thing. Like other 30, 40, 50-year-olds are going, oh, cool. Like you're banding together a little bit. So hashtag 40 TikTok, or over 40, TikTok over 40, hashtag TikTok mom, hashtag, stay at home mom, or, because that's obviously my avatar is moms. I'm a mom with little kids. And if you can look on the homepage where the trends are, it's going to tell you trending hashtags. So you can look at those too.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So Wait, that's on the Explore page, the Discover page?
Yes.
Okay,
Yep.
cool. Wow, this
No.
is so amazing. I am so
Mhm.
excited about this. Do you have a few extra minutes? Because I know we
Yeah.
had,
Yeah,
okay.
for sure.
So first of all, I love that you gave us the secret to not use the spammy hashtags For You page and FYP. Now, when it comes to deciding your title for these videos, what do you do for that? Do you just anything you want, or is there a certain way you're supposed to do it? Tell us more.
Actually, what you said about YouTube, it's the same thing over there. So with YouTube, it's the second search engine. So think of things people are searching. TikTok's a little different. People aren't necessarily going to go on TikTok and search, I'm looking for home remedies for headaches. They're not going to probably search that. They're more reaction, it's more entertaining. Okay. People are probably not going on TikTok to necessarily learn unless they follow you and then they're like, I got to digest all your content. So with the what you're choosing, I want you to think of the things that would catch someone's eye. So you're going to have to be creative with it. This is where you put your marketing cap on. But for me personally, I get inspiration from other people. I never copy. So you never ever want to copy, but you want to draw inspiration. So find a couple people that are maybe in similar niches that you are. Maybe there's people on your team or in your same industry. And I want you to find a couple that you really like. And I want you to see what they're doing and see what titles they're using. And the other thing is, if it's trending, that gives you some clues, right? So you can kind of see what's working for people. But yeah, have it be a little more cheeky. That's just kind of the nature of it, is it's more playful. And it's not more about the searchability, I would say, with like keywords. I think it's more, can you tell them something really quick about what that video is about? And that's more on the entertainment side.
I love that. Okay. And we're putting all this in the show notes. I'm taking notes as we're talking and putting them in the comments. So
Yeah.
when it comes to, because you said it's supposed to be more entertaining. So how are you gathering, like, let's say, can you give some examples about your best performing TikTok videos?
Yes. So the ones that, and I'm putting my on here so you guys can go look. I just put that on there. I don't know if it really worked or not. Uh, I'm new to
Oh yeah,
StreamYard.
I already I put it in there, but I'm going to put it again.
Cool. Yeah. Just so it's, yeah. I just started using StreamYard last week and I'm obsessed. I absolutely love it. So with some of the ones that went viral were trends. Absolutely. So, here's a great example. So I love Jessica Alba. She's one of my favorite actresses. And I went on TikTok and she was on there and she was doing this thing where there was a song playing and it was like 10 different call outs, like movement things with a song. Like it was like the Rowe, and there was just 10 different, like a little dance. And I don't dance, you guys, like, trust me. But it was basic. I have little kids, so we can do like, chicken dance, whatever. So I was watching it and I was like, I can totally do that. And it was so interesting. I thought, this is out of my comfort zone, which means I need to do it. Right. Like I was like, this is a growth moment because this is not something I'm comfortable with because I'm not a natural, like, good at dancing. So I watched her video. I wrote down the 10 movements on a sticky note, put it on my phone. This is also really helpful, you guys. You will want this. Right before you go to record, there is a timer feature. You can set it for 3 seconds or 10. Hit that button, and that way you can back out if you're going to do something where you can see your whole body, or just to kind of give you a minute, because otherwise you record and you just go. The other thing is, if you record and you don't like it, just hit the X and it'll take that last segment out. So you can put like a couple of clips together. Anyways, so I had to back out with full body. So I just did it. I just wrote it down. I did it. And it was like overnight, it had like over 1,000 views on it, like really fast.
Wow.
Because it was trending. Yeah. So if you can find stuff that's trending and feel comfortable doing it. And there's a lot of like kind of sassy stuff in there, cuss words, and that's not really my style, how I want to represent myself on social media. So when you go to the Discover page, there's a lot of like, that's trending. You just sift through that stuff. If it doesn't feel right to you and it's not your thing, but there's plenty of people on there that are, entrepreneurs or want to work from home. And your avatar is definitely on there.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to bring a little sass, but do it obviously with your own values in mind. And if it's out of your comfort zone, that's a good sign. You should do it. And you can make little mini clips and put them all together in that 1 minute clip, right? Kind of like Instagram stories where each is 15. You could pause it. Okay. And can you tag people? Like, could you say, hey, Jessica Alba? Yeah.
Yeah, you can tag people. And then whenever, if someone does a TikTok and you like it and you want to do what's called a duet, you actually go to their page. So if you're on mine and you're like, I want to duet Kimberly, one of the, like, it looks like you're going to share it. It'll say duet. What it does is it pulls my video up and it records you side by side. And so if you do that with anyone, you want to tag them on it. I've had a couple of people that have done it with me, mine, and tag me, and I'll share theirs in my story. So if any of you guys do it and you do a duet with me, if you tag me when you share it on TikTok or Instagram, I'll share it in my stories for you guys. But that's kind of cool because then that person gets that notification that you did the duet, and then they might share you out in there. It's just fun.
Yeah, awesome. And is it just like you have to scroll through and you like people's photos like Instagram or videos, I guess?
Yeah. So it's not like scrolling. Well, yeah, I guess so. There's, like I said, what I've noticed people do is they'll go to the trending page and kind of check things out there. So yeah, like the discover page, but most everyone will just start looking at their friends' stuff. And actually, I'm going to go look really quick while we're talking so I can see what it looks like when you're on there. But so there's home and there's discover. And then, so it kind of looks like this. Okay. And then you can just scroll and see like the different categories, but there's not really, but there's
like Pinterest with the categories.
Yes. And then for you, so following was who I was following. And for you, yep, you're right. See, I don't even look at anybody's stuff. I'm such like a get in and get out person.
Same here.
Right?
I'm just curious. Yeah. Okay.
Look, scrolling. Isn't that cool?
Yeah.
And then this is for you so they're suggesting those to me. So there's a following tab at the top and then a for you, which is what they dictate for you based on your interest and what you're showing up as.
Okay. Amazing. And I think that, what was I going to say about this? I wish I would have, there was a time when I thought TikTok, when it first came out, very first thing, and all the kids were on it. And I was like, oh yeah, no, that's the Kesha song. What is everybody talking about? And I wish I would have gotten on it when that was happening. When I was thinking it was the Kesha song.
I'm telling you, now still.
Okay. I'm doing it.
I was totally poo-pooing it. And then Gary Vee was going crazy about it on something. And I was like, oh, like, I didn't even know it was for business. I thought it was just what the kids were doing. And then I realized, wait, this is an even bigger opportunity because we have businesses to market. The kids are just doing it for entertainment, but we can use it to build up our audience. And if you get on it now and you get the hang of it and you're consistent, this is going to help your authority and your influence over on Facebook and Instagram. Oh, and when you're done, you guys, every single time, share it into your Instagram stories. It'll save to your phone and then upload it into Facebook. And that will drive people from those places to your TikTok as well.
Amazing. Okay, 2 final questions. One is, how do people, if they do follow you and you now have the messaging app and you now have leads potentially, like they said, I want to work from home in your case, right? Mm-hmm. Where do you go from there? Tell me what the next step is.
So I love Facebook and I love Facebook groups like you. That's my place. That's my jam. That's where I've literally like built my whole business. So what I do is whenever I meet people on LinkedIn, Instagram, or TikTok, I bring them over to Facebook. So what I'll do is say something like, oh my gosh, I'm so excited to connect over here. Here, I just, what's your profile on Facebook? Let me friend you. Like, I just go for it. I'll be like, oh yeah, I hang out on Facebook most of the time. Or if I have something that I know that they would want, such as a lead magnet, I will say, well, here, let me get you this thing. This can really help you. It's over here in this Facebook group. I'll get you in there. Here's the link. So you can send links privately and then work on getting them over to Facebook. So I literally all day have at least a handful of 3-way chats from a girl on my team that she's like, I met so-and-so on TikTok. She meets them there, connects, and she puts them right into a chat. So if you have like a good system for it, you can totally do it.
Okay, cool. All right, so this is amazing info. And I had one other question, but now I forgot. So I want to know, where can people find you? I remember the question. Where did you learn your best TikTok things? Did you learn it on YouTube? Is there a specific, I know you said Gary Vee is a good person. Where did you learn all of this?
Yeah, so I actually put together a workshop on it, just a mini course. It's literally like 75 minutes of content. And so I break everything down, the different types of TikToks, how to build out your TikTok, how to use all the features, because there's some cool stuff to kind of make it dynamic. You can add text which is huge, to the actual video. So if you're just like going along with the song and not talking, you can tell a whole story with the words, which is very powerful. Anyways, when I prepared for that, I went and did a bunch of research, and it was all sprinkled everywhere. Like I couldn't find it. And maybe because it was so early on, I think I did it in end of January, so early on, but it was newer that I couldn't find it all in one place. So I have a workshop on it. I can get you guys the link for that. Otherwise just get in there, just get in there and playing around with it, and you'll get the hang of it for sure.
Cool. Well, we will put that link in the show notes for sure. I definitely will do it. I will not claim I am a TikTok expert until I am one day. Yes. You guys watch out.
You're going to get it.
We'll get there. Yes. So anyways, okay. Where can everybody connect with you?
Yes, definitely. You can find me on Facebook, The Goal Digger Girl, and it's GOAL. I go live every single week on Facebook. I have groups that you can pop into. My kind of forte is teaching social media and how you can obviously find leads, attract leads to you instead of cold messaging. I teach you how to attract people, fill up your leads list. And then Instagram, same thing, The Goal Digger Girl. I'm in my stories a lot. And so you guys you'll find me. And I have a podcast too, which obviously we just had you on there. So my podcast is The Goal Digger Girl.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much, Kimberly. And yay for no more cold links in cold messages. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. Be sure to get your free gift over at HaileyRowe.com by joining my email list. And remember, you can always connect with me and other health coaches in the Health Coach Nation free Facebook group, where I post trainings and videos on how to take your health coaching business to the next level. Can't wait to connect with you. Have an awesome day.